was it September? Or I think maybe the end of September, I don't know. Sometime toward the end of September, I was here, and they asked who would like to give their, who would like to, I guess, give their self to Christ, and I came up here, and my brother was so happy, and I guess I'm glad I could do that, and he got to see me do it. I'm glad he was here to witness it, because I know he always wanted me to come up on the stage, and I was always so embarrassed. So I finally did, and he was so happy. And I believe, I'm sorry, you prayed with me, and you made me feel so much better. And just to know I could do that before he passed, and he got to see it. And now he's seen me do this, so it's kind of he missed it.
And so Billy got to witness his sister getting touched by God before he went home to be with the Lord, which is awesome. So this is his sister, Billy's mom, Billy's dad, and Billy's brother right here. So this is Billy's immediate family. As they're going out, man, make sure you love on them. Let them know what Billy did here. Let them know how much Billy impacted your life. He claims Billy as a spiritual father. This guy right here, Mr. Darren, Billy used to work for him at the Ravens Stadium and worked with the Cave. There's a lot of people here, obviously, that know Billy. And because you guys, being able to, bring Billy in this world, and Billy was able to be part here with God, and he's a part of he was our family just like he was your family, and that makes you guys our family too. So
Slightly different form, but he is here. So, those of you who know me from the stadium, and Billy was really one of my top guys at the stadium. He was kind of my right-hand man. And the game before last, he and I worked together just about the whole game. And we had such a good time. We always talked about God. We told jokes and stuff like that too. At the end of the game, we all have these purple Ravens jerseys that we wear. It was kind of late, so I told Billy, just take your shirt off and put it in the back room, and I found that shirt today. And it kind of hurt. And then I found his business card, and it kind of hurt. So whatever I tell you, it's not scripted. It's from the heart. And I can stand up here and I can make Billy to be into the biggest hero. I can make Billy into Superman. But I can't do that because he wasn't. What Billy was a Christian, which means he wasn't perfect. But when Billy fell, and his mom and dad are here, and I think that they could say much better than I can. I think Billy might have had it kind of hard throughout his life. Bonnie, is that true? But when he found Christ, my gosh, I know his life changed. Complete change. But something would hit him, and he'd take a step back. But when he took the step back, God came back into his life, and he took 2 steps forward. And that's what I remember about Billy. Was not, a lot of us pretend that we are the best Christian and our lives are perfect. He never pretended that, not once. He admitted his faults. But he admitted that God, all of his faults, God would fill. And his email, Reverend Billy West, has a lot of meaning to me because it's true. Whenever Billy would share, it was not for lip service. It was not so people could say, oh look, a man of God. Sometimes I needed Billy. And whenever he would share a word with me, it wasn't so he could say, hey, I shared with Mr. Darren and I made him feel, no. It was because he saw a fellow Christian that needed a little bit of God. And I'm thankful that Billy was part of my life. I'm thankful that we were friends. And it was very important for me that when Freddie had me share here earlier this year, Billy was right here, and got a chair, and he sat right here and he gave his testimony. And what did that do? That filled me up. So, I will do what Billy would encourage you to do. And what my brother just said, don't be afraid to go to somebody who's a little down and share the word of Christ with them. Just one little bit of encouragement. Because that's all, even when Billy was having a terrible day, he would always, always, always encourage somebody else. So I want to encourage you to keep it up.
No, Billy West was a spiritual father to me. The last time I spoke with Billy was a couple months ago, and he sent me a message on Facebook, and he said, send something to 10 of your friends, and I bet you'll receive something the next day. So during my time, I've been in Job Corps, becoming an electrician, and I fallen off from being a Christian for at least 8 or 9 months. And so during those times, I changed religion. I became a Muslim for a little while. And my friend, who is actually very close with me, she actually gave me a video to watch. It's called Hallelujah by Pentatonics. And when I listened to that song, later on that night, I reverted back to being a Christian.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And Billy, like, he would push me to do things that would really tick me off. He would be saying, come on, come on, David, you gotta do this, David, come on, And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Like one night I was at Pastor Tracy's house, and he told me to write an essay about historical hip hop and where hip hop actually came from, and I actually did it. And like he yelled at me because he knew that I wrote it word by word from online, which is really funny. And like when Billy passed away, wow, that really beat the living crap out of me. God told me that it's time for a change. And when I was hearing the preacher today, I felt like Billy was right next to me, because he teaches me a lot of things that no other person would do. He would love me and care about me like no other person would do. So tonight, well, actually last week, I made a decision, and I messaged Pastor Freddie. I even messaged Talik. Before all that, George was messaging me, telling me that I should go back to church, and I told him I wasn't ready. But this life change and this moment, I did this because I had to change my ways. I had to change from being a person that doesn't care about anything, that should care about something now. And most of the time, like when Billy passed away, I had a broken heart. I didn't even eat, talk to no one for a long time. But then when I seen the event on Facebook, I said, why not? God bless everybody in 333.
The hip hop project you did, and he just wanted you to research it more. And I want to tell you this because Unsung Heroes thing, that was yours. Billy picked it up. But I expect you to do something. Okay? He did it for you. Wow, it's so amazing. I remember from the beginning, before me and Billy were very close or anything, he had been at my house the day Chastity died, and he kind of blamed me for that, like an under thing. And the day he moved to the Redemption House, I was there to pick him up with his big black bags. And then when he was at Blake's house, I got to see him from nothing for the last 3 years reconstruct his life. And all that he did with God, and I was there to pray with him for things that happened, the relationships in his families get restored. I was there for all these great, amazing things and all these intimate things, and it was so amazing to be a part of what God was doing and having God in the midst of us doing all these things. We were a powerful team that could pray with people, and people would notice and see God's hand. And many people here have seen God's hand through Billy, and it's just so amazing. And then I'm going through something like this, and it's like, Billy's here, but he's here differently. He's here differently. And now all of our chapters are changing, but Billy's with us. He's with us always. Jesus is with us always. And we'll all be together someday, and we'll make sense of all this stuff, but it was just so amazing. I'm so thankful for every moment we had. And I'm so thankful that all of you guys came out to recognize Billy tonight. I'm sure he's smiling. There's so many people that he loved. Sometimes he wasn't very good at loving people, because he's a hard head. But he did love, and he hided it sometimes. But he loved everybody, and he loved everybody with pure heart of Jesus. And I'm just so glad that I've been a part of his life. I'm so glad that everybody here knew how amazing Billy was and how much he did love, and it was all because of Jesus. And that love, I just hope touches you, and that you guys just rise up and love, and let this be just continual, just that you touch somebody. That if you think about Billy, you think about going to talk to somebody and showing love to them. And loving them. Not with anything you could get, but loving them with the love of God.
Sorry, I'm joking. Oh man, Billy just really impacted my life. I just wanted to tell the Wes's family, you know, Billy is the heart of Jesus. He was the definition of Jesus, because he had the example. Because when you go and do something, he'll know if you're going to do something. Like one time I was just sitting here and just like really crying. All I felt it was his warm hand on my shoulder, and I was like, wow, and like he was praying with me, he was just loving on me, and he is just an awesome man of God. And I got to witness, with myself and some other crew, the Tornado Boy team. We were traveling up to Hillsburg because Tornado had an event. This was funny, when Tornado was done ministering at the event, there was like a whole bunch of people around. Like they wanted like to talk to Tornado, like because like as soon as Tornado's done, he likes to run back and just kind of pray and just to get his mind set back where it needs to be. Like me and Billy, we were like trying to push the crowd through so Tornado can get through, so he can go, pray. And it was an awesome time. And And you know, I also got to experience being with him. He was doing C-Swag Radio. How many of y'all heard of C-Swag Radio? I got to be a part of that, and you know, he told me, you know, man, Stan, man, you know, I want you to be a part of this. You know, I want you to write up some things. You know, I want you to help me out. You know, and he was like, man, I'm gonna name you as my vice president of C-Swag. I was like, what? Oh, right, cool. But I just got to just the witness, you know, of him, you know, just doing God, doing God's work. And I just wanted to tell the Wes's family, I love you guys. You know, we're always here for you. And if you ever need us, you know, we're right here. You know, so God bless you. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you.
I've known Billy a lot longer than I know. I actually went to middle school with the kid, man. And you know, I just been saved, and it's a whole. I look at life a whole different way, man. Me and Billy actually used to be the bad guy together, and you know, believe what I tell you, man. It's a sister and his brother. You know, we hung out in Arendelle. We rode bikes. We played hide and go seek together. I mean, me and him was just cool, man. Honestly, it's kind of strange because we met each other by getting in a fight, and we became really, really, really good friends. Like, you know, and I didn't see myself doing it. We won. Nah, actually, we just beat each other up and called it a day. But you know, we went through a lot of things together as kids, man. Like I said, we played in the woods, and then as we got older, we played with the girls. You know, we did what we did, and like I said, man, when he passed away, I was in the process of getting help for me, because I've been struggling with alcoholism for a while, and I just graduated, got myself together, and I've been clean for 32 days now. You know, and I'm gonna say it this way. Look, I thought y'all was laying on the ground, just laying on the ground. I didn't know that you. I don't know. My ankles felt like they broke, and I fell back and woke up, and then the preachers were like speaking my whole entire life. And I seen Billy 2 months ago, and Billy told me come over to the church, but I was in the process of being a drunk, honestly. And he kept telling me come over, but like a month before that, I went to the church with my wife, and they helped me out with some rent, and they took care of me, and then, you know, everybody looked down on me because of the stuff I've been through, you know. And Billy kept asking me, come on, and he was like, man, just come with me today. And I walked away, and I wish I wouldn't have walked away, because then I would have like 60-something days clean, you know. He probably could have fixed me then, but y'all West family, y'all know me. I love you guys, man. And, I love your brother like he was my brother, man. Like I said, 14, man, that's 20 years I known the kid. He was a real good dude. Hey, and I'm here to stay. God bless our family.
It still hasn't really hit yet that Billy is gone. But like every time I think about Billy, I think about this big trip that we all as a K team, and we all went to New Jersey. Remember that, Jeff? And we was all like still up to like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And like we was all like messing with Pastor Freddie and stuff like that, like taking pictures of people, whoever was going to sleep. So yes, I was the first one. But like I'm always the first one. But yeah, so we was like taking pictures, and I think Ronnie was in that room, I don't know. But yeah, like Billy was a great guy, man. Like it still has not like totally hit me yet that he's gone. It really hasn't. So he will forever live in my heart, and like he's a big part of this place, like Pastor Freddie said, and everybody else just said. So 3 for Billy, y'all.
Microphone. I'm talking much. do what I do in music. But I wanted to, we all got stories about how much we loved him and how much he loved us here at the cave. But I want to talk about how much he loved music and how much we shared talking about it, and a couple funny things with working with him. Billy, he was very humble. He was satisfied, always satisfied with what he had to do what he did. He loved his radio show. He loved to talk about it. He helped me get started. I wanted to get on the internet radio. He told me what to do to get started, and I always appreciated him doing that. And so one day I was here and walked out another room, saw his equipment, and so I seen that he needed some equipment. He really didn't have a problem with what he had, because he loved what he did. So I told him I was selling some speakers, and I would sell them to him. He didn't really have the money to pay for them, so pay for the speakers. So I gave him one of the speakers for free. And it's like I gave him a Christmas present. He was really happy. And the speakers he had, they were real old. They had a lot of graffiti on them and stuff. And because he loved to express himself, that way, to be different. So one day I was another event here. He came over and said, "Danny, come here. I want to show you something." He was back in the room with his equipment set up. He said, "I want you to see the new stuff I got." So he had a new mixer that he got from somewhere, and new setup. He was very proud to show me, and then I looked up, and the speaker I gave him, he had spray painted it with graffiti. So I went home, told my wife, and said, I gave this guy this $300 speaker, and he sprayed painted with graffiti. So she said, "You know what? I know he really appreciated that you gave it to him, and that's just him expressing, his love of what he did." So I didn't let it bother me. I'm glad he did enjoy the speaker. So I just wanted to know, let everyone know that, like I said, he was very humble and always appreciated what he had. And said, me being here, it's been hard today not being here with him. He always came by to see what I had new. And so just want to say I miss him.
When I walked into Redemption House, Billy said, "Hey" to me, but it wasn't like, "Hey, I'm Billy, what's your name?" It was like, "Hey, I already know you," and I was like, "I don't know you." But Tracy did the same thing to me, so then I thought, this is the Holy Spirit. I think it's just our spirits like recognizing each other. So then I just became like close friends with him because I could always ask him questions, and I knew he wasn't going to be like judgmental, because I grew up in the Baptist church, but I never knew about like the gifts of the Spirit or like how the Spirit works. So I would just like sit by his chair and ask him like, what are they doing up there? Like when they're moving their head really fast, or their hands, or talking, and he would just like tell me what was going on. And so I guess we became like close friends really fast. And then I asked God though, I said, is Billy good though? Because I know a lot of people who act a certain way, but then they aren't really like good, they're just putting on front. And God gave me a dream where there was this prophet, and she handed me a piece of paper, and in it said, "Billy is good." And then I wasn't sure like if he was just supposed to be a friend, but But my daughter had told me that, Mommy, Billy is just straight good. And she actually made us hold hands one time. We were worshiping, and this is when we were just friends, and she made us hold hands. And then we looked at each other like, oh, I think this is more than friends. But we walked on the beach one time, and we still were just friends at this point, and I just couldn't help it. I blurted out, I love you, and he didn't say anything because he was caught off guard. And then later on he said, sorry about that, and I acted like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even say that. And then, but then we went to Dawn's mom's house to help fix a stove. And he had introduced me as his friend. And when we went out in the truck, I said to him, I said, friend, really? Am I really your friend? And he started telling me that, no, that's not true, that, I really love you. He did it in front of Dawn, too, which is really embarrassing. But he always had a servant's heart and treated everyone with love, not just who he was close to. First time I walked into Redemption House, Billy said, hey to me, but it wasn't like, hey, I'm Billy, what's your name? It was like, hey, I already know you, and I was like, I don't know you. But Tracy did the same thing to me, so then I thought, this is the Holy Spirit. I think it's just our spirits, like, recognizing each other. So then I just became, like, close friends with him, because I could always ask him questions, and I knew he wasn't going to be, like, judgmental, because I grew up in the Baptist church, but I never knew about, like, the gifts of the Spirit or, like, how the Spirit works, so I would just, like, sit by his chair and ask him, like, what are they doing up there, like, when they're moving their head really fast, or their hands, or talking, and he would just, like, tell me what was going on. And so I guess we became, like, close friends really fast, and then I asked God, though, I said, is Billy good, though? Because I know a lot of people who act a certain way, but then they aren't really, like, good. They're just putting on a front. And God gave me a dream where there was this prophet, and she handed me a piece of paper, and in it said, Billy is good. And then I wasn't sure, like, if he was just supposed to be a friend. But my daughter had told me that, Mommy, Billy is just straight good. And she actually made us hold hands one time. We were worshiping, and this is when we were just friends, and she made us hold hands. And then we looked at each other like, oh, I think this is more than friends. But we walked on the beach one time, and we still were just friends at this point, and I just couldn't help it. I blurted out, I love you, and he didn't say anything because he was caught off guard. And then later on he said, sorry about that, and I acted like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even say that. And then, but then we went to Dawn's mom's house to help fix a stove. And he had introduced me as his friend. And when we went out in the truck, I said to him, I said, friend, really? Am I really your friend? And he started telling me that, no, that's not true, that, I really love you. He did it in front of Dawn, too, which is really embarrassing. But he always had a servant's heart and treated everyone with love, not just who he was close to.
for everyone that does know me, they know how long I've known Billy West, and that's pretty much since about early 2015. And back then, I was a completely different person. I was, as I've explained earlier, I was probably about 80% bad, about 20% good. And that caused me to lose everything I cared about. And when I first came to Redemption House, the first people I met other than Freddie was Billy and Pastor David. And Billy told me he could see in my face and he could see in my body language that there was something wrong with me. And I told him exactly what was wrong. I'm about to lose my family. I'm about to lose my wife. I'm about to lose my daughter. Billy, everyone that knows Billy knows he was one person who always loves, but he always had tough love, especially when it's needed. And for me, it was definitely needed. What he told me was, shut up and listen. Simple. Shut up and listen. And for the longest time, I just listened to what he said. And there was nobody else that I would listen to. I would listen to my mom, I would listen to my dad, I would listen to my wife. I wouldn't listen to nobody but Billy. And truth be told, in all honesty, listening to Billy actually got me to where I am now. Now I'm about 80% good, which is surprising to me because in the past I could look at anybody and just dare them to say something bad about me. Now I laugh at it. And it's because of Billy. Billy tore me to pieces. Every day he saw me, man, what's wrong with your shoes? What's wrong with your face? I don't know, Billy, maybe it was just born different from you. But other than that, I mean, that man was my brother. When my daughter turned 1, we got her blessed, and I pushed everyone aside, and I made sure he was the first person to bless my daughter. And every time I look at her, I'm gonna think about Billy. Not to mention that every time I see his brother, I'm gonna think about Billy, because it's creepy. But he always let it be known that no matter what, he's gonna be in the same place. He asked me repeatedly, do you know where you're gonna be in the future? Do you know where you're gonna be when you die? Nope. Why? I past mistakes. Forget those. God already forgave them. I know where I'm gonna be. Do you? Now I know. Because he always did. And I thank him for that. God bless his family, and God bless him. Thank you.